Okay, everybody. Today is the first day of the rest of the school year where we are going to be doing all of the organ systems one by one. And the first organ system we'll be doing is the integumentary system. Your integumentary system includes your skin, your hair, your nails, oil glands, sweat glands. Your oil glands are called sebaceous glands. It's called the integumentary system because your skin is actually called integument. It's the largest organ of your body. But your integumentary system is not just your skin, as I said earlier. So it's accessory organs, hair, nails, sweat glands, sebaceous glands, which are oil. Today, we're just going to go over the first three layers of your skin. And next week, we'll get into the functions of your skin. Now, remember, before I can get into the really cool stuff like diseases and burns and cancers, you have to learn how skin should be when it's nice and healthy before we can talk about when it's unhealthy. So in this unit, we're going to learn about the three layers of skin and what's within them and what they're made of, and then what the 5 functions of the skin are to help contribute to homeostasis. So your integumentary system includes your skin. This is your largest organ of your entire body. Would anyone happen to know the second largest organ in the human body? Liver. Your liver is your largest internal organ. It's the second largest organ overall. So your integumentary system obviously is going to be mostly skin, but it has all these extra components like hair. That's one of the characteristics of being a mammal. Mammals have hair. Mammals have warm blood. Mammals have mammary glands to nurse their young. We have nails, which are also keratinized. In most mammals, we call them claws. Humans really don't have claws anymore unless you have really grown out your nails and gone to a manicurist and sharpened them up. We have nails. Something really weird I wish was still in Tampa. In 2009, y'all ever been to the Museum of Science and Industry up by USF? They had this visiting exhibit called Human Bodies, where it was actual real deal human bodies. If it was still around, we would 1000% go on a field trip to it. Where they had real bodies that were plastinized, where they're just like homeless people in Asia, and they found their bodies and they put them in this exhibit, and you see the muscles, the organs, and all this stuff. And I'll never forget, they had an appendix, which was burst. And I'm like, what's inside this appendix? It was fingernails and teeth. Your appendix is right here. It's at the very beginning of your large intestine. So I'm thinking, okay, it's in your large intestine. Is that why the appendix burst? They ate too many fingernails? I don't know. But it was filled with fingernails. I didn't get it. All right. Your skin's primary function is to regulate temperature and to protect yourself. If you guys did not have skin, you would be dead in a day. The radiation from the sun and all the pathogens that are just in our world would feast on your body. Fortunately, we have skin to keep all the germs out, and we have skin to protect our organs and our inner tissues from the harmful UV radiation of the sun. This is on Canvas, by the way. This PowerPoint is on Canvas under Unit 4. It is posted. Okay, how many layers of the skin are there? How many big layers are there? 3. Your skin is composed of 3 layers, from superficial to deep. Now, I need to give you guys the definition of superficial. Superficial means surface level. If Nikita was a major influencer and he did all this stuff online to try to get people to buy this product and that product, he did clothing, he did makeup, he did skin moisturizer, he did fake eyelashes, he did all this stuff, hair extensions. We're saying, man, that Nikita, he is just so superficial. He just cares about the outside. He doesn't really care about character or personality. He's just all superficial. It's just everything on the outside. Let's say Lance got in a car accident this weekend and he had to go to the hospital. His parents are freaking out. They go to the hospital. Where's our son? Where's our son? I said, relax, he's fine. He just has some superficial injuries. His parents they should respond like this. Oh, thank God. If you have superficial injuries, that just means some cuts and scrapes and bruises. Stuff on the surface, nothing deep. This is what your skin looks like, and this is why I would like you guys to find that cube-shaped box of Kleenexes to have ready to go. You have your epidermis, your dermis, and your hypodermis. Can you tell me one more time, what type of tissue composes our epidermis? Stratified squamous epithelium. What type of tissue composes our dermis? Irregular, dense connective tissue. And what type of tissue composes our hypodermis? Adipose tissue. What layer of your body, of your meat, is below your hypodermis? Anybody know? Muscle. And then what's below muscle? Bone. So it goes epidermis, dermis, hypodermis, muscle, bone, and organ. All right, epidermis. This is the outermost layer of skin. It has 4 to 5 layers depending on where you are in the body. I want you guys to know the topmost layer of your epidermis and the bottommost layer of your epidermis. Let's see what you remember from the video. What is the topmost layer called? Stratum corneum. It's a hard outermost layer of your epidermis. Why is it hard? It's keratinized. Yeah. The fact that you can hear this, that's my keratin that you can hear me scratching. It produces a protein called keratin, which is also in your hair and your nails. Keratinization causes hardening of dead skin cells and making our skin waterproof. So when you get out of the pool, you don't weigh an extra 10 gallons. And what is the bottommost layer called? Stratum basal. Remember that I asked you to write this from the video, that your stratum basal has a high rate of mitosis, a lot of cell reproduction here. In fact, I just thought of this. You guys got melanoma. What type of cells get melanoma? Melanocytes. That's easy. Do you know anybody familiar with another type of skin cancer? Name it and I'll tell you if that's the one I'm thinking of. It's called basal cell carcinoma. Where do you think basal cells are? Bingo. Now another one is squamous cell carcinoma. That's going to be in the higher levels. Basal cell carcinoma is a form of cancer that can happen in your basal layer. These cells are regenerating so fast, sometimes some of the cells get mutated and they can be cancerous. Your stratum basal is where your melanocytes are, and your melanocytes give you your skin color. Now, whether you are white, black, African, European, Asian, South American, whatever, we all have the same amount of melanocytes. But what dictates how much pigment they make? Your genetics. Your genetics do. What layer is below the epidermis? Dermis. That's where they put the tattoo link if you want to get one of those. Ready? Your dermis is a thick layer of connective tissue. Irregular dense connective tissue to be exact. Your dermis has a layer of dermal papillae. Now, papillae is Latin for like bumpy or wavy. You have a layer of papillae on your tongue. Those are your taste buds. Papillae, little bumps. Well, if you look very closely, I'm going to zoom in here. You see that wavy pattern at the bottom of the epidermis? That's where your epidermis meets your dermis. That wavy tissue, that design is called the dermal papillae, which basically means like skin waves or skin bumps. You have a tremendous amount of collagen and elastin that stretch and make your skin able to be moved and to rebound whenever stretched. Now, you guys are young, you're healthy, your collagen is the envy of the world. I'm going to warn you, take care of it. Put on sunscreen, because if you don't, as you get older, your collagen will get weaker and you could look pretty saggy in your 40s and 50s. And you guys are 16 to 18 years old. 40s and 50s seems like another lifetime from now. It'll come. I've known people that were your age and they would skip high school to go to the beach or to the pool and sunbathe all day. Not only would they sunbathe, they would coat themselves in baby oil, which is like wearing a magnifying glass. And now they're in their 50s and 60s. This might sound a little harsh. They kind of look like a mummy. Their skin is dry, leathery, and they have cuts and scratches all over the place because the dermatologist is having to cut off all these things that are growing on their skin cancers. So take care of your skin. If you want to look like you do now when you're older, take care of it, because the bill will come due. Your collagen and your elastin will get weaker, your skin will get thinner, and you'll be pretty saggy. Skin enhances the sun enhances the aging process. So does smoking, by the way. Smoking enhances the aging process. We have blood vessels. So is your dermis vascular or avascular? It is vascular. You have sensory nerves. You have sebaceous glands. And you have hair follicles. And there's one more I would like you to add to that. Sweat glands. If you could please add sweat glands to that. So I want you to have blood vessels, sensory nerves, sebaceous glands. That's your oil glands. It's a well-known matter of fact that young teenagers, you guys are old teenagers, you're old men and women, you guys are geezers. Young teenagers, like middle school, they're greasy. You all were there, I was there, greasy. The reason they're greasy is because they just started puberty. They're getting a lot of hair growth in a lot of places. Well, guys are getting a lot of hair growth on their face. They get a little bit more of that peach fuzz and it actually turns into facial hair. This hair is lubricated. It has to come out of your face cleanly, smoothly. You don't want to get all scratched up and then ingrown. So you have to have a lot of oil secretion. That's from the sebaceous glands. Okay?
Good afternoon, Panthers. Please pardon the interruption for the afternoon.
Wait, one more page.
There will be a mandatory meeting for anyone who wants to play flag football for the club team. The meeting will be on Monday, the 28th of September at 3:35 in the media center. The meeting will last approximately 10 minutes. If you cannot make the meeting, please see Coach Conte in room 12. Also, the ballots for senior calendar are now open on campus. Seniors, you're now dismissed.
All right, let's finish this last page. Okay, and finally for today, we have the hypodermis, aka the subcutaneous layer. What type of tissue is it made of? Adipose tissue, fat. If you were to get a 3rd-degree burn, this is where it happens. And you don't feel it at first. One of you, like Nikita, could have a 3rd-degree burn right now. I said, oh my God, Nikita, what happened? He would say, what happened? What do you mean? Huh? You don't feel it. And that's kind of scary because the nerve endings have been seared shut. They will wake up later. And when they wake up, you will wish they hadn't. You will feel like your body is on fire. But initially, you don't feel it. Your fat layer helps to store energy. We all know that fat is long-term energy. Insulate your body by keeping you warm, like blubber, and also as a protective padding. You ever see those big old guys with the big old beer belly get punched in the gut? They probably don't even flinch because they have all that protection, all that extra padding. And that is all. One moment.